afternoon. George Daggett here. I'm with PerfTech in San Antonio, Texas. I'm here at the CEDIA show in Denver underneath the umbrella of the PowerHouse Alliance. And we're here today to talk about the Island Router. It's a modern router that has been developed by a company that has been bringing award-winning products to the marketplace for 40 years. Hard to tell a 40-year story in 2 minutes, but I'll do my best. And what makes Island so unique, when I say it's a modern router, it's not based on an open source Linux or an open source operating system of any kind. It's developed pretty much from scratch from our carrier product. We have exactly 2 products in our portfolio. We have a $1 million router, let's call it, that the carriers use to solve some of the problems that are presented when you have a large network with 6 and 8 million and 10 million users, and those millions of packets have to be processed and dealt with in near real time. And we've been doing that successfully for not quite 20 years. And just about 3 years ago, we made an executive decision to take that incredible engine, that packet processor, from the $1 million router, let's call it, and let's distill that into a modern router that the average man can afford, the average business, the average home. And so here we have the Island Router. It is a wired router by design. We don't attempt to compete with Wi-Fi. Matter of fact, one of our claims is to unburden your Wi-Fi. Modern Wi-Fi, even yesterday's Wi-Fi, is very good at Wi-Fiing. They're very good radios. But when you start loading the router functions of an all-in-one Wi-Fi device, then your colors start to show and performance suffers. And where Island really excels, among other things, is at its performance. The hardware is beyond compare with a real, no kidding, sub 2 gigahertz, 4-core, 64-bit CPU from Intel. We have 4 gigabit of ECC, 72-bit dual channel memory soldered onto the board. We use the ZFS, the ZFS file system that is an ultra high integrity file system. No more messages do not power off while updating. Those messages mean nothing to us. We don't encounter corrupt files ever. And 4 gigabit ports. Everything it does is at wire speed. There are no subscription fees whatsoever. VPN technology is baked right into the operating system. We do use the WireGuard protocol, our own implementation, as it were, of the WireGuard protocol. Once again, it's in the kernel, and the Island Router, unlike some of the competition, supports, just out of the box, we support 256 concurrent connections, once again, at wire speed. And probably the star of the show, among all the performance benefit, of all of the integrity of US-made product, for example, I guess one of the stars of the show, and there are many, is the fact that everything is done, I'm saying almost everything is done, with a tap or a swipe. We don't even care about IP addresses once everything is set up. And so the device-centric approach, where in your home you have devices, in your business you have devices, you have users, people that participate on the network, and you have groups like accounting or sales. And Island Router's hierarchy of devices and users and groups allows you to look at your router the same, it allows your router to see the network the same way that you do. Devices, users, and groups, and everything is managed accordingly. Our support is top-notch, US-based support, and we think once you give it a try, you will, just like some of the awards we've won over the years, editors refuse to give it back.